Welcome.
What would you do if fear was not an option? If success was inevitable and there's no such thing as failure, provided you keep going with this belief, whatever it may be, whether it's the belief in yourself, the belief or idea of your vision that no one else can see but you. And you have to remain strong internally in order to continue. So I pulled the strength card. So earlier, I just knew I lost my glasses again. I sometimes wear them so I don't lose them because I'm at that place in my life where my eyes are doing something. And I can't always see. Well, actually, I can't see small print anymore at all. I cannot read. It's blurry, blurry, blurry. So, come to find out, I was wearing my glasses in my hair the whole time. I thought they were lost. So what I ended up doing was I ended up grabbing my extra pair where a lens broke out. And then I remembered someone telling me about near and far sight. So I was like, this might actually work temporarily. Anyway, so in case, I think it works because I can see far and I can read up close and I can see you normally. So we're gonna go with it. So now I've got like this little quirky little light only in one eye. So it might be a little bit weird, but let's have fun with it. Why don't we? Let's just have fun because the world's too serious as it is. So I've been having a time since last Saturday, as you might be as well. Collective is on edge and irritable, and the energies are intense, and it's all Mars whir and rah, rah. Masculine, toxic masculinity showing, oh, I'm more bigger than you. I'm gonna obliterate you if you don't do what I say because you are more dangerous than I am. I mean, seriously, come on now. Okay, so you want to see the cards I pulled? Oh, let me tell you. So I got the strength card. Let's go over this. This is the overarching energy. Is my priestess, magical fairy queen from the tribe of the Tuatha of Danann. And it was a mythical tribe that arrived in Ireland after the flood, the great flood of the giants. And the fairies went underground. They had to go to the underworld, the middle world, because the top world became too toxic. And it's been a tough journey, and I know that because of what came out. So we have someone who has been slow moving. Things have not been moving fast. That is the Knight of Pentacles. He's still on a horse, so he's gonna be faster than someone on foot, right? But it looks like someone's been waiting a long time for the pentacle to come in, perhaps. And it's like an offering or a contract or something new. It's tangible. It's coins. It's the pentacles. It seems like you've been waiting. Now let me show you what I got, because what I got after that, we got the Fool, the Tower, Nightmare in Vegas card, Judgment. Judgment's coming in so fast. Judgment came out with this train. This one's my return to sender in a train. 8 of Wands, very fast moving. This guy is traveling between Beijing and Russia. This guy, he is, what is he? Who are you? Ooh, he's the ambassador. I just heard that. The ambassador of, and located from Beijing, and he's coming back from Russia. They've been meeting secretly and nobody knows. So something came in, is coming in. It's moving fast now because you've been like this night just waiting and waiting for something to shift or change, for you to make a decision perhaps. And so this, like this magical human being over here, there's a magical being. It could be you. It could be your situation just miraculously clears up whatever issue, blocks you've had, challenges, whether it was with your work, career, finances, contracts falling through, things like that, that you were expecting. Maybe you were going to buy a house and you've been waiting and waiting, and there's just, you know, for some of you, now I'll keep in mind, these are just general messages. 909. So have you been having synchronicities with numbers lately? I bet you have. For whoever needs to hear that, there's something with the number 12 is significant for you today. I'm not sure what that looks like, so just feel into it. It may not be your message, but if it is, just take a note. There's, I'm hearing right now, for whoever this message is going to be resonating with, that the 12 is 12 months from now. Something very significant change is happening in your life, really quickly coming in. Now, for some of you, it might be in 12 weeks or 12 days or on the 12th day of the month. You know, it's going to be different for each one of you. Just feels like it's your message. Now, so in the past, somebody was kind of keeping to themselves. We got this hermit, a lot of self-reflection, working on oneself through the weather's storm. I see the roots in his beard. And I'm hoping that I can have this set up to where it looks nice for you. There's been worry on this person's mind. It doesn't seem like they've been in a peaceful state of mind. And it might have to do with the world around them. You know what I mean? Like, this is where we're coming in. The person watching these videos, this collective, is coming from a place of fear and concern. And maybe not all fear, right? There's some of you might read. Some of you, I don't pick that up whatsoever. There's a chance. You're taking a chance. You have an eye, you're seeing something here that you didn't see before, a different perspective perhaps. Some of you may be gambling or taking chances on luck because you just feel lucky. Now the dream catcher is here to get the nightmares and clear them away. I know that's the symbol of the dream catcher. This dream catcher also has an eyeball, so this eye goes through it. There's a lot of scrutiny. The dreams, the mental, the mind, the swords is all about mind, and nightmares in Vegas. Now, I don't want to go into what inspired this, but let's just say there was a violent act against a bunch of people in Vegas, and it inspired the Nightmare in Vegas card for me. You might know what that was. I won't go into that one. Now, somebody is on the verge of getting out of this energy. This is the present. Like, this is the past, the Hermit and the Nightmare in Vegas. But we've got the evil eye, and we've got a group. There's someone on the outside, jealous, angry, vengeful. It's a spiritual rivalry is what this card is about. And Victorian times, a yellow rose could mean friendship as well as jealousy. So we've got this person on the outside. Now, this could be the conflicting religions that fight too. So, you know, you might have had someone who's had some rivalry or competition, even though you're in a spiritual community and you think that should be left out of someone who's a spiritually minded person. They should be working in a collaboration. But it's not always the case. Not everyone's drawn to the same people. It's just the way it is. That's why there's so many doing the same thing, in case you didn't know that. So whatever you're doing, even if there's billions of people doing the same thing, no one's going to do it exactly like you. So don't let this rivalry that has instigated from the outside of your circle get to you. That's what I'm going to tell you there. There's the Tower. The Tower is coming down on the person who's ready to go on a new adventure and seek their happiness, their happy place. The Fool. The Fool. Now this energy here is beautiful. I don't see, you know, it's funny, the cards change per what you see with the ones next to them. But even though this Fool has a Tower moment, the Tower moment is to wake the Fool up. And the Fool is a great card. It's about innocence. It's about going on a journey and full trust of the universe is going to have your back. And, you know, the Fool is a great card, right? Great, great card. I love the Fool. And then Judgment Day comes after the dragon descends down on the castle in Bavaria. Now, I don't know why, but Germany wanted to be on there. Bavaria. Now, Bavaria is beautiful. Okay, so it's a beautiful part of Germany where they yodel and the sound of music, the Swiss, the Alps, and the, oh my gosh, Bavaria is amazeballs. Like, you know, there's gorges and waterfalls. But this is like ethereal, like a dream. There's a person observing. The tower is collapsing. Ooh, the world, the society, religion, politics, governments are in this place of judgment right now in the end times. That's what we were told was going to happen. So I'm a messenger. I'm just a messenger relaying messages. So I'm not the one predicting anything other than what I'm intuitively getting. And I've seen things, I've been seeing things, and I'm trying to tell people what I'm seeing, because there are some things that you're feeling and maybe you sense, but you don't know why. Like, I just found out why I feel the way I do about the US. I didn't know anything about, well, I know a little bit about astrology, but I don't follow astrology completely. And then I was guided to look into some astrocartography, and I found a channel popped up right in time, and she was talking about how the United States is going through its Uranus return, and every time it's ever done that in history, wars broke out, the revolution. So here we are again, there's a revolution about to occur on American soil in a different way. This time the citizens are going to be so angry because the unjustness of the system. America is falling apart, and the reason it's falling apart is because you cannot expect one collective groups, and what they're doing is they own all the wealth, and they refuse to pay a minimum wage that is a living wage. $15 an hour, you're going to be on food stamps. And now the rich or elite are trying to cut the poor people's benefits even more. They're trying to cut their medical expenses, and they're trying to cut their food expenses when these people are poor because of the system that these that run these corporations get away with. Leaders who have been allowing sociopaths to destroy an entire nation out of greed. Whenever people are hungry and the rich are wanting more and more and more and more and more, and it will never, nothing will satisfy. Nothing. Think about those people who are making billions off of workers who are having to live on food stamps and Medicaid. You're smart. Get out now while you can. While judge before judgment day comes, and you don't know if your job is going to last forever. It just may not. All my cards are around the world, and I chose them because I wanted to bring out diversity and beauty. And look at the saffron fields. This older lady collecting threads of gold, but it's really red, rare saffron. Did you know that Iran happens to have the saffron fields? That's their forte thing. But it's growing in like India, and there's a few other places. Oh, there's some places in the US. And it takes 250, is it 250? Holy Moses, I better not tell you. I want to say it's 250 pounds of flour to create something, but let me make sure before I give you the wrong information. Okay. Yes. Working, and she's working on something. You might be working on your project, because I'm not reading that today as the country, okay? Because it's definitely a country, it's, you know, but it's something else going on here. There's somebody working really hard. And the magician's coming in, that energy, whatever you're manifesting with them, maybe the new moon, or perhaps it's going to come in soon. It's coming in so fast, you better get ready, my dear friend. You manifested this in the forest of Madeira. What do we need to tell you about this? I wrote this down, and I do have references in the back for every entry that I put here. The prize spice. So the Seven of Pentacles transports us to a picturesque saffron field in Iran, where an older woman meticulously tends the precious saffron flowers for harvest. Each flower has a short window for picking and harvesting the prized spice called red gold by the ancients, for its exquisite fragrance, flavor, and healing properties. Takes over 250,000 flowers to make 1 pound of spice. It is labor intensive within a 2-week window of harvest time. 2 weeks. That's it. And this is really nice. There's a feminine energy that I've been picking up in all this week about rising, women rising. And yes, I have been inspired myself by powerful women. And I keep needing to write about this. And every day I put it off because something bizarre happens. So very soon I'm going to release an inspirational article based on that topic. The pentacles pictured in this card are made out of the female stigma. What does it say? Stigma of the female flower. And represent the material aspects of life. Well, as she works, she's in this sense of quiet, meditative contemplation, and her expression reflects a connection to the earth. And you know, she's a little bit older, so she's been around many years, and she's just really enjoying herself among the flowers, despite the fact that it might be, you know, a little uncomfortable to sit down on a little chair and just sit in one spot for a while. But who knows? It might be really great meditation too. You know, you never know. So the advice is to reflect on the value of patience, hard work, and the anticipation of future abundance. So if you're not seeing a whole lot of pentacles, or you hadn't been seeing a lot in the past, this Knight of Pentacles, you know, he was a little bit slow before this one came in. And you've been holding strong with your strength and all of that. Through it all, you've been holding it together very well and guarded and protected. Message with that one is it reminds us that the journey of cultivation and nurturing is just as important as the eventual harvest itself. And let me read that one more time. The journey of cultivation, what you do every day, even though you don't see, maybe perhaps some of you may not see the harvest anytime soon, nurturing is as important as the eventual harvesting, or the harvest itself. And that our efforts, your efforts are going to yield rich rewards when given the time and care that your efforts deserve. So maybe you don't rush. For some of you, you're rushing too fast and things are not working, and it's mistakes because just things aren't working, perhaps, for some of you. This is my favorite, one of my favorite teachers, Jalal al-Din Muhammad Rumi. Rumi, the poet, the Sufi poet Rumi. He said, everyone has been made for some particular work, and the desire for that work has been put in every heart. So whatever you're working on is from the heart, my friend. And with this magician, you're about to, whatever was slow moving is coming in quickly. Now, is there any other things they need to be aware of that might be influencing this situation that they're in at the moment, or the world stage? Resources, practical, being practical. This is Taurus, resulting from productivity. What's your beliefs and the cost, and you need to use the most direct way. Maybe look at the philosophies and the laws involved. That one jumped out at me. And yeah, and get really clear. Ninth house, big way. What's the ninth house? Spiritual values. It's your long range thinking. What is to be shared? So basically, if you're feeling like you've been blocked, you need to perhaps change your perspective. What is the long range? And go from the long range and then work yourself from here on a daily strategy to get this harvest. It's going to be very well, it's expensive. It's a rare flower that has been loved and enjoyed since ancient times. So please take care, cultivate, and nurture. And with this earthly Taurus energy, and I'm meant to be telling you that this is Five of Wands, and my Five of Wands is talking about combat, and Five of Wands is competition. But what I decided to do with this one was, one morning I was waking up and I heard Diwali, and I'm like, what is Diwali? And I was working on the Five of Wands card that particular day. When I decided to look into it, the overall energy here is instead of competition, it's where, oh yes, it makes so much sense now. Some of you may have been dealing with some strict competition trying to snuff you out. And it seemed like it energetically. Perhaps the algorithms, you're no longer in them for whatever reason, and you've got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but none of them see your content. Think about that for a minute. Who is programming it that way? Somebody's programming it that way. Even though you've got people wanting your message, they cannot see it. Now that is called interference. Watch my other video if you want to hear about interference. Is this a victorious energy because those who are in competition decide, hey, let's collaborate, we're not enemies anymore, whether it's religious. Let's just say that real peace involves human beings realizing that religion is just a divider. No person or group or sect or culture, or ethnic group, or anybody is better than another, especially if they're in the frequency of hate and war and murder. Those kinds of people are going to be reaping what they sow. And now it's not just going to be bad for the US. This This is a judgment day, but of course, you know, if you were into astrology and you're looking at the U.S., the Uranus return is going to hit the U.S. and this side of the world probably more intense by year 3 from today. And the reason I say that is because that's what I channeled, and then I saw this channel, which I'm going to see about sharing it. For whoever needs that value, I believe in sharing, even though if it takes you away from my site, I want you to know where I get my information. So it's not a mystery. So there's some valid, you know, it's valid, okay? Being shown is that there is a direction that's going to become more apparent and clear. Like you're already feeling it. I see there's a messenger coming in for you. Maybe the message got lost, it never got delivered, whatever the case, misunderstood, interference, whatever, didn't arrive, and you're waiting on a reply. Go ahead and call whoever that is. Say, what else do we need to tell the viewer, please? My cat's yelling. Oh, great. Well, I got it again. All right. This company in China, this company is, this card is so thick. Like, I can't even tell you. You might just want to look at it. I'm not exaggerating. This is a thick, high quality, glossy card. So more than likely, the tariffs are hurting regular people more than it is the billionaires. It's almost like there's a tax on everyone except for a certain small class. And if they think they're going to get away with it, all you got to do is look at history and realize what happens when the people realize when the distractions don't work. And I'm having a hard time finding the judgment. I'm just trying to entertain you while I'm getting distracted by telling you stories from whenever I actually watched TV and enjoyed it. That's a long time ago. I was drawn to do the Ipanema. And I was going to put like an angel coming out of the sky, and I thought, why not make the angel resemble Christ the Redeemer? You see, it's Christ the Redeemer with wings. and then I put something, you know, I put the essence of every location inside of every card. So you've got your streets in Brazil, and let's see if I'll be quiet for a minute so I can find this. 20. Why am I not able to see you? This is the poem that goes to this card, and it's very important that you understand what the judgment is about, okay, my dear friend, because I feel like this is a collective judgment. It isn't just for an individual, it's for a collective of individuals. Could be a good thing for those of you who have good karma returning to you. On a beach at sunset, Rio aglow, where the waves crash soft and the breezes flow, the sky turns dark, then bursts with light, as Christ the Redeemer takes to flight. Angels blow trumpets, their cheeks puffed wide, while demons and aliens zoom from the sky. Down on the shore, what's happening there? A boat full of partiers without a care. They're waving white flags, beers in hand, laughing and smiling. Awakening, nah, we'll keep on grooving. These angels and trumpets ain't got us moving. The Sugarloaf Mountains stand tall and proud as a UFO hovers in the clouds. Aliens laugh and spirits sip beer, while the beach crew shouts, more beer over here. The angels, perplexed, blast louder still. But the people cheer, this party is a thrill. Christ the Redeemer looks down from on high, watching the party beneath the sky. This day of awakening sure is trumpin'. I almost said bumpin', trumpin', but trumpin' is a code. I put that there because that's the wake-up call, is the trump. The trumpin' trump. And the people cheer, we've been awakened, so why stop here? Let's ride this wave and take a bow. As the sunset lingers and the trumpets play, aliens, angels, and spirits sway. And on that beach in Rio's light, the day of awakening turns into light. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know, shout out, comment, and check out my services and products. And until we meet again, be blessed and keep on keeping on.